Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
To try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Goes the win. Francis Ngannou.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare. What a finish.
Another one.
Really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to
It's a knockout!
Oh my
It's a knockout!
And it's closing in! Trying to finish it! And it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the catch.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch. Wow. How good is this?
Finish him! Body bag!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy or not. That's in the book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What's going on, Gruntworks Nation? We are live a little bit late. That's the Big Earl's fault, and that's who I am. Everybody knows that because I am the
Listen,
the
if
talent.
I down
I
Fry
am the talent
wrong
of
with
this group. Okay, it is hands down been voted on by our peers. I am the talent. Okay, well, let's introduce our guest first. We have a guest picker who has come on to challenge. All right, the experts, which I am not. I am the host. But she will challenge the experts. So we got Stacks. All right, Stacks is drinking something that we all know about. It's that beautiful 10th Mountain Bourbon. Okay, awesome. So go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com, put in the code VTT, get yourself a discount. Hey, Stacks, say hi. Where are you coming from?
Why, hello. I am in here from Virginia.
Nice. Okay, yeah. I just went to the show Hamilton. No big deal. We're pretty much like brother sister now. All right. So with us anyways, we got the champ. We'll introduce the champ first. All right. We got Bill Send It 7 Pearson. All right. Now I introduced him first for a reason, Joe. Okay, because we got triggered Joe, and if I didn't do this, he would get triggered. Okay, but Joe has got himself back into the fight a little bit. Not really close, but a little bit. I think we're at like 3 because he got a point. All right, last week against the champ. So I think we're to 3 points. So the Fister, the artillery man, which, you know, he still has the 3-point lead, which is glorious. All right. But I do think that the 11 Bravos can come back on this. Now,
I don't know. It's taking it, what, 2 years?
I mean, hey, as long as there's still a UFC, there's a chance. All right. And I don't think it's going anywhere. Now, those of you watching for the first time, thanks for watching. What we do here is I pick a fight. All right. I don't know who these people are. We've been doing this for 2 years. So now I kind of remember some of the names. And I do gamble on it pretty heavily. So I actually do know who's good, but I still pretend
become
like I
default knowledgeable.
Right, but I don't actually know what I'm talking about. So what I say, do not bet on what I say. Just don't do it. All right. Listen to what the experts say. And now this is the way it works with a guest. All right. So the guest will get to pick first. And it's a 3-point system. You got to pick the fighter, you got to pick the round, and you got to pick how it ends. Now, if you beat our experts, which has only happened one time, okay, in the history of the show, and it was by Yako. Okay, this guy that happens to wrote the Army Combatives book and trained Tim Kennedy and all that kind of stuff. So he kicked the shit out of everybody, but he also matched the big girl when we picked the American.
Picked Rose Namajunas, and that was how we won.
Yeah. Right, and I also picked Rose to kick her head off, and that's exactly what she did.
Actually, you did. When Rose knocked out Zhang Weili, that was Nick's greatest call. He said, I picked her by head kick decapitation.
Yeah, and it was pretty close. So after she picks, then
I heard
the experts will go. All right, and now she is at an unfair advantage, but that's the way we line it up as infantry guys and artillerymen, is that we always have the initiative advantage. She has to go against 2 experts. I don't have to go against anybody. So good luck to you, Stacks, when we're doing this. But this is how it works. So stick around till the end, because at the end is when the money making happens. All right, you got the locks, the parlays, and the DraftKings sleeper, and that's when I take this little pen out and I start writing things down, because I drink a half a bottle of bourbon during the show and I can't remember what we said. All right, so I write it all down and then we get it done. All right, I don't want to start off on too sad of a note, but it is July 7th, and everybody, especially Joe, knows this. We lost a good friend of ours years ago. All right, to an IED strike, and then that night, the whole city tried to attack us, and we put it in their mouth. It was pretty. They thought they would get us because they thought we'd be sad or something. But cheers to you, Kasor. All right, Roberto, may you rest in peace. All right, I always loved you, brother, and we remember your name every day, not just the day that
I did bad things to people in that city that night because I loved you.
Yeah, exactly. That was definitely a weird night when they thought that we were going to be upset.
Honestly, I think they thought they clipped us. I think they thought they cut our nuts off, and that was like that we were going to stop. Like they were going to get away with that.
Yeah, we punished them that night pretty hard. But all right, let's. How you guys doing? How are the experts doing? We feeling like we can take on a challenger here?
I love a pay-per-view, man. I love a pay-per-view. I did a deep dive on this one because Bill's been putting up a Sergeant Major shit all week. So when your partner's busy doing Army shit, we can't miss on a pay-per-view. So I think we're pretty solid on this one. The problem is I think Vegas actually I was getting silly notes in my mailbox and stuff like, we're watching you and you're not going to make any money on this card. And then Bo Nickel came out at minus 3,000 favorite. So I think they're trying to F us here, and we got to get creative. But I'm confident.
Yeah. This is not a bettor's card for sure.
Oh my God. There's four-figure favorites, which means over minus 1,000, Nick. So, of course, we're going to have many locks.
1, 2, 10. All right, so wait, four figures. Got it.
I parlayed the best 6, the highest favorites in a 6-fight parlay. You know what $10 paid me back?
$17.50.
Holy shit. That's weird.
Yeah.
$17.95.
Exactly right. Yeah, because I can do odds, Joe. I do have a master's from the Yale of Southwest.
That was a fucking blindfolded bullseye.
No, it wasn't.
Another word. Stop it right now.
I am the greatest that's ever walked.
I don't want my kids hearing that.
No, but all right, let's get into it. Let's get into these fights because we got Muffin Fingers back there, the baker. All right, he's back there. He's like, "Oh my God, I got to bake a cake. Can you hurry up and get on with the fights?" All right, so we got a middleweight fight. It's Bo Nickel. All right, so this guy already just looks like a jackwagon, and he's fighting a ghost. All right, he's fighting this Woodburn guy with no picture. All right, at 7-0.
Because he took the fight last minute. So.
Yeah, it tells me a couple. Well, that would be probably the real thing, Bill. But this tells me a couple of things. All right, that he is too scary for Vegas for the bettors. So I'm gonna call Woodburn. All right, by a first round KO. And the reason I'm doing it is because there was a Bo who played for our rival in college in baseball, and when we got into a fight, I knocked Bo's ass out. Okay, I'm just saying that right now. He
So
knows
not Jack.
Bo and I are actually friends now, but like not Bo Nickel, but this Bo guy. But nobody named Bo can fight. I've proven this.
What happened at the Cubs game?
The Cubs game, what happened? They won. Brewers won yesterday. But all right, Stacks, who do you got in this middleweight fight? Bo Nickel versus Val Woodburn. And again, it's the round, how it's going to happen.
Yeah, so on this one, I'm a little biased on this because I absolutely adore Bo Nickel. I was a wrestler and a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist, so I gravitate towards that. So I'm going submission.
And he's a minus 3,000 favorite. So
yeah, that too. But it would have been Bo Nickel anyway. I would put him against some of the best, honestly, especially with his groundwork. I'm going sub round 1.
Submission round 1. All right, let's start with the champ. Okay, Bill, what say you?
Hey, how about we get that fucking 10th Mountain thing off my face? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be.
Joe can't see himself.
Oh, there we go. You goddamn right. I want to see myself.
You weren't even yet.
He is a handsome fellow. I'll give
you. Listen, they don't want to see you. You're visual.
Sorry, I feel like I got my fancy hat on and everything.
You're audio candy. You're not visual candy. All right, so it's just they like your voice. All right, so the champ. What say you?
Listen. This is super easy. Bo Nickel is also one of my locks. You're not going to make any money off this fight unless you bet on Woodburn and something crazy happens. The only way you can really, it's like if you're using my bookie to take the under on this one, the under is even under 1.5. You're still a minus 4 or 16 right now. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to probably be Bo Nickel's going to hit him. It's going to stun him. Then he's going to submit him. It'll be in the first round. I don't even see this going past 2 minutes, to be honest with you. So Bo Nickel by submission, not a moneymaker. He'll be in a parlay, but it's going to be a super long parlay. The best way to go about this, if you're a betting man, is take the under, but it's still a minus 400, along with a couple others we'll talk about later. But Bo Nickel submission first round.
Very nice. So Stacks, now you see why it's rigged against you, because they get to hear your picks and then they can change their mind. But that usually doesn't happen. Unlike
especially on a minus 2,000 favorite.
Yeah.
I'm going Woodburn.
That one was easy from the time he was on the Contender Series.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. So, like, is that like a cooking show? What is that?
Knowledge is wasted on him.
Yeah. But all right, Trigger Joe, what say you? And please don't bring up some kind of bar rescue show that he used to win on. I don't know.
10% truth. Knowledge is useless again. Listen, for anybody that can get on FanDuel, there's only one pick here. It's Bo Nickel by submission in round 1 or 2 for minus 230. You're not going to get better than that. He's a fucking, what is it? I think it's a minus 2,000. Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah, it's a minus 2,000 right now.
What did the 10th Mountain logo block your hearing?
Minus 2,500. No, it changes by the hour. If you're a UFC nerd, people are obviously betting on Bo Nickel, so it's going up.
Yeah, last I saw it was a.
Yeah, FanDuel is a minus 3,000. BetMGM is a minus 2,500.
Yeah, FanDuel's a bitch on those odds, man. They got better options, but they're always heavy on the chalk. But yeah, Bo Nickel should destroy this guy. This guy, I've actually done a deep dive on every fight on the main card for this one. Woodburn's striking is not anything that somebody. There's levels to this shit, and this kid's gonna find out. You take this ass whooping, Dana White knows you did him a favor, and you might get another fight.
Especially since this is a last-minute fight for Woodburn, too. He's taking one fight last minute.
Right.
So.
I commend the dude for coming in, but Bo Nickel's going to ragdoll him. I got Bo Nickel by I'm even going to call it head and arm triangle.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. Head and arm triangle. All right, so that sounds like a Big Earl explanation, except that's an actual move. All right, so there you have it, fight fans, with the first fight of the night. Everybody's going Bo Nickel except the Big Earl. And like we talked about before, don't listen to me at all. And again, if you're watching, say hi, say where you're watching from.
No, it's bad juju, though, when Nick does that.
Yep.
It really is.
That's
I'm pretty sure he picked against Guram Kutladze, And we haven't even spoke about that. But Cristalizzi was a minus 700 favorite and got fucking finished.
I knew it. I
can
could see it in his eyes. He didn't have it in him.
Dude, he was one of those guys that made me nervous, and I was like, I don't trust him being so highly favored because I've seen him lose. Like, how can you be that high of a favorite if your last fight was a loss? And boy, he got exposed. Ain't gonna be a favorite again.
I am a wizard sometimes. Okay, the next one is a lightweight fight, and we have Turner. All right, Jalen with a J. All right, at 13-6 versus my guy Dan Hooker. Okay, at 22-12. All right, now Dan Hooker. So this is anytime I hear Hooker, it's not what you're probably thinking, Joe. What I'm thinking is
I'm thinking Hangman. That's his nickname.
I started laughing. I forget where I was playing. It's the second baseball story. I forget where I was playing, but I came up to hit in college, and I'm digging in the box, and somebody goes, Hooker, because I'm left-handed, So it's like, oh, I get it. So Hooker's always been an awesome name for me. I'm going to go Hooker by second round. I'm going to go elbow to the eardrum, all right, where it's going to be a doctor's stoppage because of a ruptured eardrum. All right, what says you to the Hooker elbow to the ear?
I know I'm going to be a bit of an upset on this one, but I'm going with Turner round 2 KO.
Any explanation on that, or is that you're just throwing it out there?
So this is my first time actually picking the rounds and how they finish. So I didn't even know that was supposed to happen until like yesterday night.
Well, gotta get after it.
For this one, like, I like Hooker. Don't get me wrong. I really, really do. But
everybody loves a hooker.
Right?
I mean, a left-handed hitter. That's what I mean.
We're talking about fishing, right? I'm sorry.
A left-handed hitter.
So,
get your head out of the gutter, Joe.
Won't do it. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm only going to take so much more abuse.
So, it's been proven he can be knocked out. He can be. And either way, these two are coming out just fucking killing it. I recently would say I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner with how he has responded in the octagon versus Hooker, just from what I've seen. Between the two recently, I like Turner a little bit better. And honestly, there's no way in my mind that this goes to decision with these two. There's no fucking way. So I had to pick a round, so I fucking went with 2, and I feel like it has to be a knockout, and I'm going Turner.
Very nice. So you're going Turner second round KO. All right, Trigger Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, that was beautiful use of the F word. Just the way you let it flow. It was like Pacino.
Right. Yeah, you can't get mad at Pacino for saying the F word the way he says it.
Oh, it's the best F word.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
But yeah, listen, Jalen Turner, I'm on the bandwagon. I have been for a while. If you look at this kid's stat line, you're not going to find another 6'3" lightweight. And the thing is he makes it look like a V taper, like he was supposed to be built that way. He doesn't look sucked out and dehydrated for the weigh-ins. The kid just, with what Dan Hooker's been through, like Dan Hooker's a G. He's a veteran. But I remember one of the first fights of his that I really sat and watched minute for minute was Edson Barboza. And all I thought about was, how in the fuck can a human being stand there and take this much abuse? Like, how do they do that and continue fighting? That was 5 years ago. Okay. And he's been knocked out again since then. That Puelles fight that he fought on the last card doesn't even count. That dude didn't show up. He was a total bitch. Hooker finished him with a teep kick, like kicked him to the body, and he never got up again. That dude didn't want to fight. Jalen Turner just took Mateusz Gamrot to a split decision. And when he fought Brad Riddell, he absolutely schooled him. Dropped him, then put him in a mounted guillotine, and it was over. Choked him out. This kid can finish you on the ground, and his strikes are legit. Hooker likes to stand and bang. He's going to be outreach. He's going to have a reach disadvantage by 2 inches, which isn't usually a lot. But when you're used to having a 4-inch reach advantage, it is a lot. And especially with the guy that strikes like Turner, I honestly, I'm going with Stacks, and I think he actually finishes Hooker. Man, I'm going to go ahead and say TKO second round. I was thinking submission, but I think that if he gets Hooker down, Hooker's ground game isn't quite there, and he might turtle before he pulls guard. And if he turtles with this kid will just machine gun him until it's stopped. So I think he rocks him and TKO's Hooker in the second. So
you're copying the guest saying second
yeah,
round
no,
KO
all of
Turner.
that was
I like it.
freestyle
I
rough
like
of
it.
Yeah, I didn't
like
prepare
it.
anything.
I like it. I love it.
As soon as Chris said
I like the strategy.
I stopped doing my research.
I'm on you.
Yeah,
no, I do have to critique some of your.
If you go C every single time, you're going to get a C.
The great point that I did miss on that is what he did with Gamrot, and that puts a punctuation on his.
I mean, I never lost to Gamrot, so what does that really mean?
Well, I think there are like I said, there's levels to it, and I think that Hooker and Brad Riddell are on a similar level of two grizzled veterans who can bang, who can't take a shot like they used to, and Jalen Turner dispatched Brad Riddell quicker than who's the dude that Gaethje just upset, Bill?
Gaethje?
When Gaethje, remember we picked against him and Gaethje beat him just by decision? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. Not gonna work here anymore.
He got Brad Riddell quicker than he did. And why the fuck can't I remember that kid's name? But yeah, that's what we get for picking against Gaethje, damn it. Anyways.
I didn't TKO. We have a chat thread. I never TKO'd Trigger Joe. I just he submitted, so it's all right. I got him the tap.
Older pops out socket. Didn't submit,
but I do have. Yeah, Dr. Stoppage. There you go. The Baker's chatting with us. But all right, so we got two of the same. Saying Turner in the second round with a KO/TKO. All right, the champ, Bill. What say you?
I'm kind of with him, but not quite. I do agree. I like second round. I don't think it's going to be TKO. I think it's going to be a submission. I think Hooker's game is not there. Jalen Turner knows Hooker's entire game is. Hooker is really good at using his angles and his distance because Hooker's really good at using that distance and using his reach, even though he doesn't have the reach on this one. But he's a karate guy by trade, and that's how karate guys do. They use their distance and use wacky angles.
Karate
Turner
is
knows
Spanish
that.
for heel kick.
Turner's got a lot of submissions, and Hooker's lost by submissions quite a few times. So I think Jalen Turner's going to wait for that time, shoot. No, he's got the way, way better ground game. And I see Hooker losing by a choke. I don't think it's going to be arm bar or knee bar, any of that weird stuff. I think it's going to be probably – I wouldn't be surprised if it's I don't know what kind of – we'll go with rear naked choke. I think Hooker's going to try to give up his back. Like Joe said, I think if he starts to turtle, Turner's going to start laying down some bombs. He's going to give up his back and get a rear naked choke. So I got Turner by submission second round.
All right, there you have it, fight fans.
I gotta say something. I listen. I've been a Dan Hooker. I've been a Hangman fan my whole life. I watched him in person and slap fives with his glove hand as he walked by me out. Love this dude. Whoever the fuck did that hair needs to get fired. Like, be a real friend of the guy. That blonde hair shit. Get it out of here.
Gross.
Insane. Hello to Mac Attack from Corpus Christi, by the way.
15 years ago, dude. Cut that shit out.
All I'm saying right now is if you put
many men, that was his walkout music. He looked like a G, and he comes out with that Nick Carter blonde hair. Sorry, I got triggered.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. You didn't become a pansy though. You just got triggered. It's fine. So it's okay. Remember, hey, everybody watching the show, our number one selling shirt is quit being a triggered pansy. All right, it's the message to everyone, not just veterans, to everyone. All right. It's okay to get triggered, but when you start becoming a pansy, all right, ruining the party, all right, nobody likes you anymore. So knock it off.
A more underrated shirt, the Steelers.
I love that baseball shirt, and nobody buys it. I don't know what. Hey, speaking of that, go to our damn store. Go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com. All right, and put in the code.
I got the hat on.
Yeah, I got the hat on. Yeah, so do I. But yeah, the baseball shirt is sexy. I like the shirt, but and you know what? If
I feel sexy in it.
I forget her. I should remember her name, but I blocked that out of my memory. Royston.
Fans.
Right? She always says, "Where are the V-necks?" And I'm like, you know what? We have like 16 shirts that have V-necks for girls, and none of you buy them. So why the fuck would we make more? All right. And it's kind of like, go ahead.
But I did buy one.
No. You bought one. I'm saying like we sold like 3 V-necks last year.
You have
apparel?
Okay.
Like
you have apparel stacks?
Huh?
You have apparel? Like VTT stuff?
Yeah, so I have the not being a triggered pansy shirt.
But you're not wearing it on the show. Like, we're those guys that wear the band T-shirt when we go to the concert. Like, what's going on here?
I had already packed because I'm in the middle of a move. I had already packed that portion of my closet into a box before
dangerously close.
I was asked. So it would have happened. It would have been either that or the.
We're gonna let it slide because we like to be hospitable.
Right, and then, but I want to make I was going to make a correlation here to the attitude of women because so like because we have a woman on the show, and it's just like the WNBA. All right,
well, time out.
The WNBA. The reason why men,
those bitches.
The reason why the men. No, you're fine. I'm talking about. I actually named the person that I'm talking about. And so she always cries about the V-necks, and then she has yet to buy a shirt. So I'm sitting here like, you're just like the person who cries about the WNBA not being successful. It's because you don't go to the games either. All right. If all the women went to the WNBA games or went to the soccer matches, they'd be getting paid more than the men. But you don't go. You don't go.
If they got better skills. And
the skill sets are there in both sports. It's
Do you know the profit?
Women don't support it.
Yeah,
women don't go.
It's higher. Yeah,
and they are the money that the NBA sends over to whatever. I'm not getting into it. Let's talk about fights. All right. Either way, you want V-necks, Elizabeth? Go buy a shirt. All right, you go buy 3 of our V-necks. We'll make 500
make
more
V-necks. Make the NBA, and we'll make V-necks.
Exactly. Get out of here with
that.
I'm triggered. Now I'm triggered, Joe. Joe, you got me triggered. God bless
I passed out. I'm sorry. What happened?
All right, what happened? I blacked out. All right, let's go to a middleweight fight. All right, we got Robert Whitaker at 25-6 versus whatever that guy's first name is, Duplessis. Okay, so I learned my lesson. All right, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like his name. And so, no, I don't normally pick guys to win when they have douchebag names like that. But this douchebag is going to win in the first round by absolute murder. So I'm going Duplessis by murder. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Get over it. Big Earl's going to have a huge night tomorrow. You just deal with it. All right, Stacks, what do you got on this?
So, I mean, his name's not really his fault, first off, but
he's a grown ass man. He can change it.
Factual. So I picked him as well, but by decision. I honestly, between the two of them, with how their skills complement each other, I think they're both good enough at groundwork that when they do try and go for submissions after they try and bang it out and it doesn't work out because they can't knock each other out, it's going to go to the ground. And once they get to the ground, I think they're both good enough to get out of each other's shit. I honestly, I can't see this in my head ending any other way than them just fucking each other up the entire time and then going to decision. I can see why you would think murder in the first round. I get it.
You can't see why I say anything. I don't pay any attention. I don't.
I say 3 of them. Hit the one in the middle.
I actually feel I'm blushing right now because that was the most credit I've ever gotten on this show. So I just got that she could see why I picked that.
There you go. No.
We're bringing Stacks back.
I mean, with his groundwork, I can see why. I can, but also Whitaker, although he is technically a striker, has some good groundwork too. So for me, that one was a really big toss-up, and I just couldn't see anywhere where either one of them got super ahead on the other one.
So who do you? But you got Drickus?
Who
No.
you going?
Yeah. Sorry, Duplessis.
You're going Duplessis.
Yep.
How's it happening? A decision.
Just said a decision.
Yeah, decision. Perfect. All right, let's go back to the champ. All right, champ, who do you got in this fight?
First of all, Joe, we bet against Gagey and Fiziev and we lost. That was the fight.
I bet.
Glorious though.
Hats off to Raymond Trueblood, watching from in the middle of the desert. So thanks for watching.
Right. We also didn't give a shout out to Mac Attack from Corpus Christi as well.
I did, but you were rambling about women's sports.
I?
So
It's I started a podcast so I could talk, Bill. All right. I did it so I could talk.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of men in their 40s that have just been married for about 10 years. We all started a podcast. We're like, fuck, I'm gonna say something to somebody, damn it. Someone's gonna listen to me.
So with this one, here's my thing with Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker would 100% be the champion right now if it wasn't for Israel Adesanya. He's just been a victim of a shitty weight class. Shitty, I mean, he's in a weight class with one of the greatest to ever do it. I do not think this ends in the first round. I think this is 100% going to a decision. I disagree with Stacks. I think this would be Whitaker on the higher end, only because I think Whitaker has fought the better people in the repertoire. I think Duplessis is an incredible fighter. I think he's going to be in the fight game for a while now, and he's still going to remain a very vicious threat in this weight class. But I think Whitaker's going to come out on top on this one. I think they're setting up him to fight Pereira and then go after Adesanya for was it 4 for them, Joe?
Yeah.
And Whitaker fought a great fight against Adesanya in that last one. But I think this is going to a decision. I think the better fight on this one is to take the over, because right now if you got Robert Whitaker's a minus 400 on my bookie, but the over is plus 128, over 2.5.
Yep.
I'll take this to go in over 2.5 all day on this one. That will be in one of the parlays I talk about later. I think it's going to be a great fight. It's not going to end early. Both these guys are super tough, and they're also both very smart fighters. So they're going to go into great games, great chins. I got this going to decision, Robert Whitaker. I wouldn't be surprised if it even became a split decision. But I got Robert Whitaker on this one. Safe bet is to take the over on this one if you want to make any type of money on it.
Very nice. So are you saying, Bill, are you suggesting that this could possibly be a fix? So when it goes to decision,
no, I don't think it's a fix.
Because the UFC wants to see Robert Whitaker fight higher.
Dude, trust me, there's nothing the UFC likes more than to book Duplessis against Adesanya because they fucking hate each other. Duplessis was one who said I'd be the first African-born champion, the white guy Duplessis. And he said, I'll take the belt back to Africa. I train in Africa. I'm from Africa. I'm the real African that'll be champion. And Adesanya took exception to it, called him out, didn't like it at all. So if those two fought, it would sell the roof off more than Whitaker, actually. So I don't think Dana White cares who wins.
And shout out to Kaz from WTF Radio. From WTF Radio. He says, out of touch with the new UFC badasses, but I appreciate the random French touche. All right. Well, Kaz, thanks for chiming in. It's been a minute since you came on. But anyways, the
last sentence says touch it.
Yeah, I didn't know what touch it means. We're not going to go there because we keep getting shut down. We don't have whatever black voodoo magic you have at WTF to where you can say the things you say and stay on Facebook. So we don't want to touch anything. Okay. All right. We're not doing it. All right. Trigger Joe. We got the champ says Whitaker by decision. What say you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just wondering how is Kaz not been zucked? Suspect.
Well, Kaz is very clean. I'm talking about WTF.
It's like becoming a first sergeant without a DUI. Like you never got any trouble. What's the problem?
Yeah, you got. What do you mean you've only been married once? How you make rank? Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been divorced.
You obviously don't work hard enough if you've never been divorced.
So. You're not ready. You're not ready to commit. we haven't destroyed one marriage. Oh, the pain, the irony. It hurts so bad. All right. All right, I'm gonna cut it out.
That's the board question. How many marriages do you have? 3? Good.
Yeah.
I want this guy obviously works hard because no woman can fucking stand him.
That guy just told us that we're number 1. All right, I'm gonna cut it out. When they
pick the fight, Joel.
All right, no, I got Whitaker. Listen, and the reason
big separator here, Stacks.
It's Duplessis' fight IQ. It's what he does when the shit gets wild, and Whitaker is so disciplined. He's not gonna get out of character. He's not gonna get out of pocket. And I've seen Duplessis absolutely dying, gassing, win 2 fights. If he does that against Whitaker, he's gonna run into some problems. I believe Duplessis isn't going anywhere, but I think that this honestly is going to surprise a lot of people this fight. But I think Whitaker shows why he was the champ and why he damn near beat Adesanya in his last fight. And know that he's only got 3 rounds to do it. But I believe that the money here is on over 2.5. I don't think anyone's getting finished in this fight. Neither one of these guys is a patented finisher, and they're both tougher than a $2 steak to make quit. You're not making Duplessis quit. You got to shut him off. And Whitaker as well. With Adesanya, he damn near shut him off, then he mauled him. But if you don't do that, these guys are getting up. They recover incredibly quick. They both look like skin painted on muscle. This is going to be a fucking brawl because Duplessis has been on a rocket ship up in competition. This is his highest level competition fight, guaranteed. He's definitely coming in guns blazing. Whitaker will never get caught sleeping. And I think this is going to be a war, and Whitaker pulls it off and wins 29-28. Majority.
Yeah, Kaz is saying, Duplessis is a knuckle dragger. Look at the reach advantage. Now,
yes,
Kaz, you're starting to fall into the big girls' way I pick fights as I look at the gay porn.
Kaz, reach advantages don't really affect.
Reach advantages only in gay porn, right?
40.
So, because you got to be able to get around, right? And so that's all that really matters.
I mean, realistically, that's only a credible issue if it's a fighter that doesn't have a good fight IQ that doesn't understand how to get around that. Like,
you're going back to seriousness. Stacks one.
You've never seen Duplessis fight. He is a little wild. When the situations get heated, he does leave himself open in the scrambles, and Whitaker is the kind of guy that can capitalize on that. So I think Whitaker. Maybe he drops Whitaker, maybe Whitaker drops him, but I think in the end, Whitaker comes out with a decision.
It's all right, Stacks. I'm with you on this one. We're going Duplessis. He's gonna hammer it down, and we're gonna win.
Duplessis.
Yeah, say it wrong. Doesn't matter. Okay, because
we can do that. It sounds like a product at Walmart.
Like kind of like Q-labia. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
let's get to the co-main. All right, we got a flyweight fight. I think this is why this fight's worth the money right here, right? To pay for the pay-per-view, because you got this co-main looks pretty sweet to me. I got Brandon Moreno at 21-6-2 versus Pantoja. All right, at 25-5. All right, now Alexandre, I would have went with him because I love the last name Pantoja. All right, I would have went with him, but why not just make your name Alexander? Okay, like why church that shit up? Okay, so I'm going Moreno by. I'm going to go 3rd round. Let's go with I haven't done this in a while, but we're going to go with chode strike. Okay, it's this thing they teach you in wrestling with the knuckle on your thumb right here. Okay, bam, hit that right there, and that they go flat. Okay, so I do
imagine that would wobble the knees a bit.
Yeah, I'm going chode strike. It's a perfectly legal strike. Okay, there's nothing against it. You go with that, and it flattens them out. All right. So Stacks, do you see Moreno with chode strike in the 2nd round?
You got 5 rounds in this one, Stacks.
Yeah, this one was difficult for me because
not for me.
I know Moreno. I went with Moreno for sure. But as far as the round, because I knew it was going to be 5 rounds, but I haven't seen as much of Alexandre. I just had to look at his. I said it. I just had to look at his bio and fight stats and like fall back on the little bit that I'd seen. But because of how good his stats look and some of the people that he's fought and come out ahead on, I don't think he's going to get the knockout on Moreno. I don't think he's going to be able to get a submission on Moreno. Moreno's too good for that. So honestly, I think these two go to decision as well.
What do you mean, these people?
About to cross the line, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're going. Are you going Pantoja and by decision?
No. I'm going Moreno decision.
Moreno. Okay. Moreno decision. Perfect.
Ooh.
No, I like it. She's with the big girl on this one. I'm down. All right. Who we got here? We got we had Bill, we had Joe, we had Bill. Joe, who would say you on this fight? I'm writing it down because I'm drinking a lot of bourbon.
All right. Hey, look here. This one's a biggie. All right. People are making a big deal out of this, but I promise you their home countries are. This is Brazil against Mexico. Ooh. That's like Mexico against Puerto Rico.
It's Mexico.
They fucking hate each other.
I live in El Paso. It's Mexico.
I don't know about these two guys personally, but I mean the countries rooting in there's gonna be a lot of people watching this fight. Just with the way Pantoja's looked in his last two, man, he blows through Brandon Royval and subs him. Blows through Perez, subs him, stands and bangs with Manel Kopp, who no one will do that. I mean, stood there and banged it out with him and won the fight. I think that the wars with Figueiredo are honestly going to start showing their toll on Brandon Moreno at a very young age because the guy went through a career worth of abuse in 4 fights. Pantoja's already beat him twice, technically. I mean, not on his professional card. It's just the way Pantoja fights. It's super violent. He goes for the finish. Knocked out Matt Schnell before it. He lost the decision to Askarov. Neither one of these guys has ever been finished. I think Moreno has his moments. Pantoja has his moments, but I think Pantoja gets the better of him. And I'm just, I'm willing to gamble here, and I'm going to say Pantoja wins a split decision and new flyweight champion.
I love it. Pantoja decision. All right, the champ. What say you?
But I do like this fight to go over 4.5 rounds.
Also, the bet's the over
as far as the bet goes. I could be wrong on that one. I'm not super confident, but because there could be a finish, but I just don't. Neither one of these guys ever been finished.
That's not true.
No. Oh fuck, Figueiredo.
Here comes the champ.
That's not true either.
Here comes the champ.
Brandon Moreno has been finished by Pantoja by submission 2nd round before they went pro.
Oh.
Okay. All right. They both got zeros.
Hey, the Great White Hype. I hit him with that overhand right. I hit him with that overhand right. There it is.
When I said twice, that's what I was referring to as the other one. But Bill, thank you for correcting me. Sorry, Major.
Ultimate Fighter season 24 opening round day 1.
That's what I meant when I said he beat him the 2nd time. But like as pros, they both got zeros in their finish column.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Rudo.
But
I fucking hate school and I hate all of you. Never coming back.
But for the watchers, Ultimate Fighter season 24, Pantoja did finish Moreno with a submission in the 2nd round. However, going with what Joe said,
comma,
number.
I never say comma.
However, comma.
Because only douchebags say that. Yeah, why not add the rest of the punctuations while you talk?
Yeah,
anyway, I digress.
Exclamation point.
I think it's I digest, but we'll talk about it later.
I digest. Yeah, you have to take it in. You have to take it and eat it, Bill.
So my bookie's giving you over 3.5. Take that shit all day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
FanDuel isn't. So Moreno is a minus 217 in my bookie with over 3.5 at a minus 163. Take the minus 3.5. While, yes, Pantoja did finish Brandon Moreno.
You said take the under 3.5, Bill?
No, take the over.
Okay. I thought you said minus 3.5. Sorry.
However, Brandon Moreno got finished by Pantoja in 2016. That was a very long time ago. And Brandon Moreno. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! And Brandon Moreno is a completely different fighter now. Could Pantoja win this fight? Yes. I don't think he is. If you're going to go money line, go Brandon Moreno. But I am not taking this in a parlay. In a parlay, I'm telling you to take the over on this one. This fight is 100% going past 3.5. Both these guys are way too good. They're both scared of each other. And let's face it, Moreno's fighting a guy that's beaten him, 2-3 times? That's going to live in your head a little bit. So he's going to be a little bit more cautious. This fight, I do not see it ending under 3.5. For sake of the show, I'm going Brandon Moreno money line. For my bets I'm going to give you later, take the over on this one. I see this going to distance. If it does finish, it's going to be super late. So Brandon Moreno money line for betting purposes, which I'll talk later. Take the over 3.5 on my bookie on this one all day.
Very nice, very nice. All right, guys. So hey, if you're watching for the first time, we got Senate 7, we got Trigger Joe. You can see their names on the screen. They're the experts. Don't listen to what I'm saying. If you're listening on audio later or tomorrow morning, don't. First time listening to Big Earl, don't do it. And then we got Stacks on here. She's a guest. Okay, she is looking to dethrone them, which hasn't happened in over a year. So, and she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Obviously, more than the Big Earl does. But I think we'll assess a point on this one. I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it.
Send it.
It could be close. All right, to it. We got the main event.
Yeah, I'm just excited.
Right, and it's a featherweight fight, which the Big Earl doesn't like any of these guys because I could probably beat up both of them at the same time.
Volkanovski whoops your ass all day, dude.
No, he's like, what is it like 140? Was it 140?
Oh my
He's
God.
160.
160.
Volkanovski would kill you with his pinky finger.
Okay, first of all, I weighed 160 when I was like a junior in high school. Okay, and
Nick, before he got into MMA, he was a professional rugby player. He's whooping your ass.
So what? Rugby? Like he doesn't want to play the NFL? Like I played college football. Like what's going on here?
Good, Deuce. I guarantee you, Volk gets up about 190 when he's fucking around.
And first of all, Volkanovski is 25-2. Which means he has 2 losses in the octagon, which has 2 more than me. All right, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about him at all. And again, the featherweights. I mean, come on, like these are the guys that they look all shredded, like the gymnast, and like everybody. Oh, they're so cute. I'm like, that guy's not protecting you in an alley. Like he's 160 pounds. Some cracked out 180 pounder, freaking who just started doing crack is gonna knock the guy out.
I'm pretty sure if Yair Rodriguez landed a 87-mile-an-hour liver kick, he's going to drop the guy at 180.
87-mile-per-hour liver kick.
That does happen. Or so
it does. I've seen. Well, who was the guy that kicked the guy in the last fight? That was a couple fights ago. Yeah, the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Right to the jaw. No, remember that we saw a liver kick about a month ago, didn't we?
Yeah,
it was something nasty. I forget who it was.
Really bad liver kick.
Hey, to be honest with you, Brandon Moreno's last fight, I'm telling you right now, Kai Kara France was all the way in that fight until Moreno landed that liver kick. That was a fucking finisher, dude. Because Kai Kara France was fighting for the belt. Was that not for the belt? That was for the
yeah.
And Kai Kara France was if Sal Diamato's out there, everybody's got a chance. He was not being like, it wasn't a definition beating. Like it wasn't like anybody was. He definitely had his moments and could have been winning when Moreno landed that liver kick. He quit. I mean, that's just the power of the liver kick. If people don't,
That was the one. Yeah, you just saw it.
They've never fucking felt it because it just shuts your legs off. Like it doesn't. Your brain's telling you to get up. You can't.
Yeah, but and Bill knows this as a grown ass man. All right, I don't think any of these guys are getting a liver kick high enough to us, like because they're like, what are they, 5'7", 5'5"? Yeah, you're 5'6". 5'6", you're gonna get a liver kick up to me? Like, get out of here with that string bone leg of yours. All right, Alexander. Anytime you want it, Alexander, I'm here. Okay, anytime.
Please come on. No, trading Nick will be an upgrade.
I won't even train for the fight. I tell you what, I'll drink for a month straight. I'll drink for a month straight, and we'll get after it. Like it won't be
as opposed to what?
But it'll be a 2-round contest. It'll be a 2-minute 1-round contest.
We'll have to sue Volkanovski and be like, look, we're going public with what you did to our friend if you don't get us in touch with the UFC.
Right.
Listen, we'll sucker him in. Take that and we'll threaten lawsuit if he doesn't blow our page up.
All I'm asking is that you send Volk your address and this video so that he can judge whether or not he wants to take that on or not. That's all I want after this conversation. That's it.
Yeah, anytime, Volk. Like it's like I have never been scared of a 160-pounder in my life. Like I think I was scared of a 160-pounder when I was in 7th grade because I was like 87 pounds.
Write it down.
Right? Like when I was like 87 pounds, I looked up like at a sophomore high school. I was like, oh shit, right? But no.
He doesn't respect you at all.
These guys should have played soccer. Okay, that's what they should have done with their fucking height. Okay, that's what they should have done. Right? But either way, okay. So we got Volkanovski at 25-2 versus Yair Rodriguez at 16-3. And all I think about when I see this is I know Volkanovski. He went up. One of his losses is because he went up, right?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Nick. Kaz wants to start a GoFundMe to get you and Volk to fight. And
I mean, how much am I willing to take, Kaz? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying that he's got to get paid?
He's got to.
Yeah, Stacks. That was the sarcasm. Like, how much you gonna pay me to get me out of my shell? Okay, I don't know.
Like Conor McGregor, but listen, Volk, I'm not gonna change your bum life just because you want to fight with the big dog.
First of all, Kaz, I'd fight this guy for $1. I'd fight him for $1. Okay, that's what I would do. All right, but again, I got a bad knee, folks. So take it easy on it. All right, just kick the right one, not the left one. I'm not sure. But so, anyways, I every time I look at Yair Rodriguez, all right, I think about Joaquin from the Book of Life. Right, like God. Right, and it's like where he just comes out and is like Joaquin. Right? Yeah. Like, no. He comes out. He's gonna come out and be like, Yair! Right? And he's gonna dominate Alexander Volkanovski. So I'm gonna go with Yair. And I know it's a 5-round fight, but I'm calling it in the first 45 seconds. All right. I'm going in the first 45 seconds. I'm going Yair, all right, with a knockout. That's what's gonna happen. Even though I know Alexander is a fucking monster. But either way. All right, Stacks, what say you?
So, on this one, absolutely not Yair for me. Rodriguez, however you say his first name.
I thought we were on the same page. All right.
Not on this one. After what Volkanovski did with Makhachev, when everybody expected that to he'd get fucked completely, especially with Makhachev. I mean, you've seen his takedowns and his groundwork. He moves like freaking water. It's like watching a wave move when he does his groundwork. It's beautiful. And for Volkanovski to hold off against that is it's another fucking level. Now, Rodriguez does have some really good groundwork. Honestly, though, I don't think he can take Volkanovski out. I don't think he can knock Volk out. There's no fucking way. And with what Volk showed with Makhachev, there's no way he's freaking submitting him. So honestly, I've got Volkanovski for a submission round 4. Because I do think they're going to have to wear each other down, especially where, Volk went all the way to decision with Makhachev, with Rodriguez, I don't think it's going to be as much of a challenge, but I do think it is going to be a challenge.
Very nice. And big shout out. Well, who did you pick now? Because I got distracted by something that's hilarious. But go ahead.
Volk, round 4. Submission.
Volk, round 4. Perfect. All right. So a big shout out to Tamara Pearson. Don't know if we know who it is. Who she just bought 2 V-necks. Okay, but not 3. Okay. 2, and she used the code VTTGW. All right. So again, those of you watching, go to shop.veteran trash talk and use the code VTTGW. Get yourself a t-shirt. Thanks, Tamara. I mean, I just would have brought you something.
No, Stacks, we've asked Tamara to come on in Bill's stead, and we're just not cool enough.
Well, we know who makes the fight picks in that family. All right. So Bill's riding this I'm the champ train, and I feed the ego, but we know who's picking these fights.
Sorry.
All right, the champ. What say you?
First of all, let's start off with the fact that this whole champ thing started when you took a knee and slammed a White Claw on YouTube and hailed this guy.
I did. But I have regained that throne. I have regained the golf throne. 100%.
You never did anything official.
Oh, it wasn't official. Okay, all right, all right, got you. All right, we didn't shake hands. What are you, 12?
And let's face it, the best part of that game is watching Muffin Fingers roll a cart.
Oh my God, that was
so
great.
Cornhole official?
It was a court. I mean, I actually got paid money on that one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I gave Nick money on that one.
That's because that was my retirement and I couldn't stand up straight. And he gave it to me. But
So anyway, back to the fight.
The Baker says hole 14. He's got PTSD. He knows exactly what hole it was. So
is that the hole that Lukey rolled the golf cart?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
that was so great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The best part is Chris is like, and Danny and Daniel and Danny, and I was like, dude, I was in Iraq with him. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
not surprised.
We'll get back to the fight here in a second. I just gotta say, I gotta call it the Baker again. He's a big baby with his arm. All right, like I felt it right away. I looked at it. I checked the points. I checked all the pressure points. I said it's not broken. It's just gonna hurt for about a month. All right, and so it hurt. It's not broken, Chris. It's not broken.
You said ow.
I mean, if it was a hairline, how could you fucking know? Because
a hairline means nothing. No. It's just like stubbing your toe.
That's not factual at all.
A hairline fracture
differently in
just a mild bone
stubbing
bruise.
Your toe actually hurts more than a hairline fracture. Have you stubbed your toe recently? Go do it. Go kick it into a door.
Where it pushes the nail bed back into your nail, it's brutal.
That's negative. That's completely incorrect. Also,
I mean, maybe turf toe. See, even causes on it. Turf toe, right? Like you can't walk for 2 days.
Turf toe is a career ender.
I play the NFL
anymore. I fought 3 extra rounds with a hairline.
Either way, Chris knows that his arm's not broken. He knows that the big girl assessed his arm at the point of injury, and it was not broken. All right,
look,
and I knew it.
Telling him to stop falling underneath golf carts. That's the problem here. Is really that he falling.
No, that's what Danny was trying to say. He should
have known when he was going that fast that the pavement was going to hurt. He should have known.
All right, Bill. Bill's getting impatient because he is the champ. It's like we can't make him wait too long. Bill, what we got? I'm sorry that you have. I know you're on leave right now. You don't got shit to do. All right, let's go.
Not on leave.
You're not allowed on leave. Just the rest of JBLM is.
Yes.
Okay. Are you the rear D commander?
No, there's.
Really bums me out.
There's a lieutenant there for the rear D commander.
Really bums me out when I feel like Bill's not having fun with us.
I know, Bill.
So, Jesus Christ. So for this fight,
at least Cameron's having fun.
So, listen. Stacks brought up you're not going to finish Volkanovski after that fight with Islam, which is a great point. But Joe talked about it earlier. When Brian Ortega had one of the most vicious chokes sunk in, it proved that Volkanovski is completely willing to die in that ring, and he's not tapping for shit. And Volk's just like contrary to Nick's belief. He's just a tough Aussie rugby player.
I didn't
He's
say he
just
wasn't
tough as
tough.
woodpecker lips,
He's
man.
just little.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's just
Little
little guy.
Man, you're bringing my small person anger out. Stop it.
And listen, and Yair is a vicious fighter too. I think this is going the distance. I think the over on this one is a really safe bet. I don't see this ending early. I think both of them are too tough and too good at what they do. Volk knows Jair's going to come at him with crazy kicks. I think Volk money line is the safer bet because over 4.5. I don't know. Something crazy could happen in under 4.
That's why I went fourth
So
round.
4.5. I'm not sure if I'd be willing to take that, but I like Volk money line on this one. Could I see going to decision? Absolutely. Could Volk get Yair on the ground and just start smashing him because he learned a lot of shit in that Islam fight? Absolutely. I think fighting the bigger guy and someone like Islam's level of ground game taught Volk a lot. And Volk, if that fight kept going, Volk was probably winning it. So I like Volk in this one, money line.
So wait, you're saying because he was
4.5?
fighting a bigger guy, which is why he didn't win.
Negative.
I think if that fight kept going, he was winning that fight.
But it doesn't because we're a nation of laws, Bill.
Jesus Christ.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going, and you're wrong.
Yeah, and you know what, Nick? He was fighting that bigger guy. Teed his face the fuck up.
We're a nation of laws, but Saved by the Bell was not just a TV show; it was an expression in Islam.
Now all of a sudden we're against the rules. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Rules are rules. Okay.
So for the watchers of the show, take Volkanovski money line on this one. I'm not comfortable with over 4.5 because it could end before then.
Okay.
But Volkanovski is walking out with his hand raised. You just don't bet against Volkanovski.
Nope.
So where are you going here?
Volkanovski money line.
Just decision?
Well, I guess he's kind of got to pick something.
Yeah, it's Volkanovski by decision.
All right, Volk by decision. Perfect. I'm writing this down, all right, because I gamble on this, you sons of bitches. And hey, so I want to go back before we go to Joe here because I just want to make him wait a second because that'll trigger him. All right. Before we go to Joe here, Bill, what if we go 1,000 on the co-main going over 3.5?
1,000?
Yeah, I'll send you 5 right now.
That.
All right, I'll send you
over
5.
3.5. I would take.
Yeah, I'll send you 5 right now. I think that's the freaking lock of the fucking century, like big time. All right, Joe, got you happy about that one. What say you on this, the main event?
If you're forcing me to bet, I do like Volk, and the only way I see Yair winning is by shutting him off, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. I think that Volk will. I see it highly possible that he rocks Volk. He's 5'11", Volk's 5'6". He's got phenomenal kicks. He's got a great
Didn't rock him with his hits. How the fuck?
He's gonna blast him a couple of times, and maybe Volk catches the first one. But if he does, this kid's he's effed. He's not going to be able to out grapple Volk after Volk just went with Islam. I mean, that was a very, very close decision. He definitely wasn't beaten down and out by the guy that blew through the entire fucking division. I mean, like nobody wanted to fight Islam in his own division. And Volk went up there and had this kid turtling like this in the 5th round when the fight ended and was on top of him, beating the shit out of him. Volk is that guy. He's that GSP of our generation. He's one of those dudes that is incredible for his fucking size. He's got twice the heart. He's just one of the. I sat there 200 feet away in T-Mobile Arena, which is where he's fighting tomorrow night, and watched that little fucker's head turn purple and him pop out of that choke, roll it over, and Ortega's soul just left his body because he was counting how many tits he was going to sign that night because he was the champion. Excuse my French, Stacks. And
I know I'm the.
They asked
Wait. Why is she the only one that should be offended?
I'm sorry, Nick.
Right? I don't like how you're talking about women right now, Joe. All right,
I'm saying Happy Gilmore references. Cut it out. Anyways, they asked Volk about that choke. They said, "How deep was that choke?" What did he say, Bill?
Oh, he's like, "Oh, that was I'm about to lose my belt deep."
Yeah, it's like you're about to get your belt taken, get choked out deep, and I mean it was incredible. One of the hardest chokes in the world to get out of. It can break your freaking neck. Everybody in the arena thought the fight was over when he popped out of there. And then won the rest of the fight. I mean, dude, I was sitting there for the fight that won Fight of the Year. It was insane.
And being able to keep that in your mind while you're being choked out of all fucking things and state that right after the fact when the adrenaline's still going, the dude is in his head the entire time. He's not losing it.
He's the kind of guy that if you think about throwing the towel in for him, you're fired.
Right.
And there are plenty of UFC fighters that are like that. You don't hear about that. Literally, Brock Lesnar was one of those guys. You throw in the towel, you'll never fucking work with me again. Like it is.
So Kaz says if Volk loses again, he's done until he changes his fight paradigm. All right, I'm gonna go with no. I said it. I don't let me follow the joke up. All right, there's no way that he spells it without spell check. There's no way. He spells that paradigm because it's M-E, Kaz, M-E. All right. Now,
hey, have you ever seen 40-year-old version?
Yeah.
You're using a lot of big words because I don't understand them. I'm going to take them as disrespect.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody knows what this paradigm is.
Yeah.
Right.
You on church that shit up. Say it like you're talking to Buddy Beckwith in the
paradigm
and country that shit up and
paradigm.
Yeah, I believe.
Kaz, what are you writing?
I believe it's a new kind of gym.
So all right. Anyways. Oh, stop! Don't type fast. All right, you're not. No. That you auto corrected that shit, Kaz. Everybody
listen. Having said all that, I think Yair is this of the same mindset, and I think it's actually a coming out party for Yair. I think he's going to have a really good fight.
I'm not saying it, but that was a serious easy one. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, well, it's a sports term. Cut it out.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
So who you going, Joe? Who you going, Joe? Who you going on that one?
No, but I'm going Volkanovski, and I do think that money line is a pretty solid pick, even though he's heavily favored. But Bill's right on this one. With the level of intensity and how good his ground game is, and Yair Rodriguez's ground game, and I'm gonna steal one from the MMA guru. So if he ever sees this, hats off to you. But Yair Rodriguez throws hammer fists like a sponsor for Bud Light. There's not a whole lot there. It's pretty weak. But if he goes to the ground with Volk, he's going to get bulldogged. He's going to get roughed up. And I could see Volk possibly finishing him. But I'm going to go with the great Alexander Volkanovski. I never bet against greatness. And I think Yair has a good fight, but Volk wins a pretty convincing decision. Possibly submits him. But I think it's going to be late.
Nice. Quick recap on the challenge here. Okay, so we got Stacks on here challenging the experts, and we're looking at the third fight of the night, which is going to be the deal breaker. All right, so we go to the third fight of the night, and if Dushpless, who I want to win, and Stacks picks, then she dethrones the champs, and we got to send her $100. All right, so guys, don't do that. Even though Tamara just bought 3 shirts, we can afford it. So
I don't make that kind of money, man. Second weekend, I got to buy that Corona. And I can't.
But Stacks, we didn't know who you were when you bought the shirts. Nobody knew who you were, right?
No, but you said she bought 2 shirts, but not 3.
She should have bought 3 V-necks.
Ah, okay.
Like I said earlier. So
Right.
I'm glad that you went to 1 WNBA game, but not 3. That's the whole point. All right. But either way, here we have it, fight fans. We get to the best part of the show. All right, we get the locks, the parlays, and the DraftKings sleeper. All right, let's start with the champ. All right, because you know what, we're already down 500 on this. You want that in crypto, Bill, or you want that you want it on Zelle?
Where do you want me to bet over 3.5? It's not on my bookie.
No,
my bookie wants us to do 4.5.
Oh. So
I'll find something. I'll see what Bovada's got. We'll find something.
Time out. It's as a Nevadan, it's Nevada. It's Nevada.
Wouldn't you be a Nevidian?
No, 80.
I said Bovada. It's a betting.
Yeah, Bovada's a betting. She's got too much 10th Mountain. She's got too much 10th Mountain in her. She doesn't. Bovada is another offshore account.
Every time I hear somebody say that, I'm like, no.
Listen, Bill, I'm telling you, the bet here is Whitaker and Duplessis over 2.5 is plus money.
Oh yeah, all day.
It's plus money.
Mine's a lot more emptier than yours. Step it up, Stacks. Let's go. But Nevada.
There's only so much I'm willing to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Bill, the champ. What do we say? Locks, parlays, DraftKings sleeper.
Okay, so I actually lost one of my locks because of a weird brain issue and an MRI, which is the Matalano fight. So my locks, Bo Nickel, obviously, a kid off the prelims, Simon, and another kid off the prelims, Tatsuro Tyra, also a minus 1,011 right now. Simon's a minus 588. And Bo Nickel's a minus bazillion. So those are my 3 locks. I did have Jack Matalana on here. It was also a minus 1,000 or some crazy shit. So that's not a bad way to go. So for the DraftKings sleeper, you got a couple options here. Pantoja is not a bad option to go with the DraftKings sleeper. That's just Pantoja.
He's Brazilian. Portuguese. They like Pantoja.
And another one off the prelims that's not a bad one to go off of for a DraftKings sleeper is Marcin Prachnio fighting Victor Petrino. He might actually pull off a win on that one. Not a bad DraftKings sleeper option.
Yeah.
So for my parlay,
hey man, I dig. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
What's that?
I said, hey man, I dig. I'm just saying. I
sneezed.
like that laugh.
So with parlays, I'm going to post a couple of 6 fighters tomorrow once I do some playing around. But I'm going to give you a 9 fighter right now, which you almost have to go with because of all the heavy favorites. I'll go from bottom to top.
Wait, before you start, I'm not writing it down. Just put 100 on it for me.
Okay, on it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Ross Shannon versus Santos Aguilar. Take Jesus Santos Aguilar on that one, money line. Bo Nickel, take under 1.5. Robert Whitaker, you can go money line minus 400, but I think the over, which is plus money, you take that one all day. Cameron Simon, money line. Petrino Victor versus Marcin Prachnio, over 1.5. I think is actually kind of a safe one to go with. Brandon Moreno, money line. There's a female fight, Denise Gomez versus Yasmin Uruguay. I think I'm saying that name wrong. I'm probably screwing that up. Over 2.5.
It's like
Tatsuro Tyra, money line, but it's also a minus 1,000. She's not making a lot of money on that one. And Alexander Volkanovski, money line. Right now, if you bet $5, it'll get you about $97 on my bookie based on when you're getting the odds with these guys. Then again, tomorrow I'll post probably a 6-fighter playing with some overs and unders. And I'll probably do another 6-fighter doing the same thing with reversing some of the prelims.
Yeah, the Baker says MGM still has 3.5 on the Moreno fight at -150. Yeah, if you can get us a bet, Baker, on that, we'll send you the money because -150. I don't care if I only get 950, like 850 back on my bet. Like I don't really care. Like if that's
So yeah, Moreno 3.5 easy, but Volkanovski,
it's
4.5.
It's 4.
I'm not touching that one.
No, we're talking. We're talking about the Moreno Pantoja fight.
Yeah, and I'm
telling you, over 3.5. Yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah, we can do that.
No, that's what you said. That was your lock. That was like one of your big ones. So, Bill, did we get confused on that? Like we're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about the Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno over 3.5. I could bet on that one. Yeah,
on my bookie, you could bet on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll send you 500. What do you want, a crypto or Zelle?
Yeah, it's good crypto.
All right, crypto's good. All right, so don't worry, IRS. Nobody's watching. Okay.
Mind your business.
Yeah. All right. I didn't write down Bill's parlay because I'm just gonna put 100 on it. All right, Joe, what we got?
Yeah, buddy. All right. Look, one of our locks was Jack Della. Bill already mentioned it. But I'm gonna have the same locks. Bo Nickel's a lock. Tatsuro Tyro's a lock. I'm locking up Cameron Simon also, and man, I'm not gonna call it a lock, but I really like the Jalen Turner fight. So my underdog is Pantoja. I mean, I picked him on the show. That's what I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna mess with the rounds when that fight comes around, just because it's such close competition. I'm not really gonna pick anybody. I'm just gonna go under over, but my parlay.
Look at the camera, Joe. Otherwise, you can put the.
Hey, I'm here. All right. Yeah. Hey, my parlay.
Hey, put a 10 mountain. No, hey, put your head back down. Hey, muffin fingers. Put the fucking 10th mountain over his thing again. You do that?
Hey, so listen.
Do it. Can you do it? Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Hold on. Hold on. Can you do it? I don't think he can do it. He's probably sleeping.
No, now I know how you feel.
No, move it. Move it over his face. Move it over his face.
Now I know how you feel.
He's trying. He's trying right now.
Okay, let me roll with my parlay.
He can't do it. All right.
So I had to get creative with this one. So I went Cameron Simon to win by TKO in rounds 1 or 2. Vitor Petrino and Marcin Prashnio's fight to end by knockout. Tatsuro Tyro by submission. Bo Nickel to win by submission in rounds 1 or 2. Jalen Turner by KO or submission. Robert Whitaker Duplessis over 2.5. Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja, I actually have going under 4.5. I had to get creative and gamble on a couple of these, and I could see, both these guys have that potential. So, it was plus money, and I took it. So, and then Volkanovski and Yair going over 4.5. So, like I was telling Bill, if I get to the Whitaker fight and it hits, I'll probably take the payout because $10 on that one pays $7.18. And Nick, I sent you my baseball parlay that I hit 2 days ago. It was $10.
That was nice. That was a nice one.
Yeah. So I've been killing them right now. FanDuel wants to get some money back.
But what I do want to say is big shout out to Command Sergeant Major Bach. Okay, he's retiring. I want to say congratulations to you for that. But he is a Cincinnati Reds fan, and he was talking a lot of trash about today. All right, and the Brew Crew took you down, homie. All right, and he watches this show a lot. So love you, brother, and congrats on the retirement and safe travels to your next destination. There you have it, fight fans. You can't argue what they said, although you could with your money. And that's what I always talk about, how to bet on this. Now, I'm giving the money. Oh, Kaz, hey, from you, that's awesome. Glad to have come on to the show. So, see, you fucked up your autocorrect there. I don't know what happened there. Glad to have come on to the show. Nice work. Kaz, no, hey. Yeah, I get it. Kaz is a legend in this industry. All right. If you ever watch his Friday nights on WTF Radio and all that stuff, it's a phenomenal show. Just go watch it. It's great. If my daughter's in that basketball practice, I'd be on that son of a bitch every night. But it is what it is. Anyways, so I'll tell you how to bet this. They just gave me their parlays. Parlays are really fun to bet because it looks so promising at the end. Like, oh my God, here's this $3,000 off of a $200 bet. Okay, well, the reason why Vegas has really tall buildings is slot machines, the roulette table, and parlays. Okay, like, because there's always one stupid game that screws everything up, or one fight, or whatever. So bet the parlays. Yes, let's say you have $50 that you can lose. All right, and disclaimer: don't gamble. If you don't have any money, don't do it. All right, let's say you have $50 you can lose. Put $20 on a parlay or $10 on a parlay and spread the other 30 or 40 across, right, the board on their locks. Now, the first fight, Bo Nickel, right, you put $10 on there, you win 30 cents. Okay, it's just the way it is. All right, so, but still, you won 30 cents. But there's other locks on there where you're making your money back to your parlay. That's what I always do on my gambling account. That's why I send money to them. On my gambling account, I make it so that, boom, my parlay's covered, right? If all the locks hit. I do it every weekend, all right? And it usually pays out. And when they all hit, then it pays out big time, all right?
No, you could take big money and go Simon, Tyro, Nickel, Turner, Whitaker, Volk, and still make a decent amount of money back. And I'm telling you, those ones are going to hit.
Oh, boom. I like that. All right. So there's your
It
locks.
not be as big as usual because they're heavy chalk, but it'll still pay out.
Yeah, and it pays out for your next weekend, right? I always think about the next weekend. As we get to the NFL season's coming up, where my expertise comes into play, all right? The NFL season's coming up, and as long as you can get a 2 or 3 week hot streak, the rest of your season is gravy, right? Just get on that 2-3 week hot streak, and then your money. So there you have it, fight fans. We have all of the picks in, all of the locks in. We got our challenge on here for $100. So now, as the owner of Veteran Trash Talk, I am going to put $100 bet on Duplessis just in case. And then when I got to send Stacks money, it's coming out of the win. But that's just what I'm doing. But like we do every other time, we have a lot of great nonprofits on our shows. We have a lot of great, for-profit people on our show. All we ever want to do on the Trash Talk Hour is make veterans businesses stronger. So if you know any veteran-owned businesses that want to come on the show and promote, that's what we're here for. We don't charge anybody for it. Just come on. We do it. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. We've had really high guests. We've had I always bring this up. We had a guy that sold goats, right? And I'm like, how the fuck are we going to make a guy who's
high mid?
Like, how are we going to sell a guy a guy sells goats? How are we going to make this funny? Say again?
Said, what about nonprofit people?
That's what I'm saying. Nonprofits and profits. It doesn't.
My bad. I missed that part.
Yeah, and this is a segue into Bill's thing. We had a guy that sold goats, so we didn't know how to make it fun, but we found a way to make it fun. And I mean, I sell goats. Hi, I'm in Delaware. I don't know what that means. That's a Waynesville reference, Joe.
I think
just love baby goats.
Yeah. No, he actually sells the goats that you eat, so they're not cute. They're
so delicious. Cute.
They're deliciously cute. But no, the nonprofits that we sell, the nonprofits that we promote they do a lot of great things. And we try to vet them. We try to find out where the money goes. We try to find out, and again, to all you freaking weirdos out there, nonprofits have to make money. All right. They're still a freaking company. They have to make money. So that, it's okay if they make a few million, because money goes right back into it. And we have a couple of great nonprofits that we always promote on this show. And Bill is directly involved with them. So if you have a problem with them, go punch Bill in the face, especially if you're Volonowski. But he's like 6'6", 250 pounds. So good luck, Volonowski, on punching Bill in the face.
No problem. His name's Will Pearson.
Yeah. William Pearson. All right, your show, Bill.
as long as I have.
And Nick, you're right. I weighed myself this morning. It was 250 pounds.
Same with the payout. I know everything.
So actually got three things. First, taking on a solemn note, and I apologize. David Del Signor from 7th Group just lost his wife a couple days ago to cancer. So Dave, hats off. Our hearts go off to you. They're doing a WOD in honor of his wife's name on July 16th. I will post it on the page if anybody wants to do it with us and donate money to Cancer Foundation. Dave, we're all sorry. Hearts go out to you, and sorry. There's really nothing else you can say. So two nonprofits. First one's goldstarteenadventures.org. Please go to their website, donate money. They have products you can buy, shirts, towels, water bottles. All the money goes towards Gold Star kids, and they take them on camping trips, scuba trips, deep sea diving, all the possible trips you can think of. And they found them from teenage years all the way up through college. And it's really just to bring all these kids together and remind them that nobody's forgot about them. Again, we talk about all the time in the show. Every Memorial Day, it's always Till Valhalla, RIP, all this stuff, but nobody thinks about the family left behind. So please go to goldstarteenadventures.org. Donate. Almost all the money goes directly towards the kids. Second one is wearblueruntoremember.org. Same thing. They take a bunch of Gold Star kids. They assign them mentors. I did it this year. My mentee was Ben, great kid. And you meet every Saturday and you take them on hikes and also get them ready to run a 5K in honor of their parents that they lost. So please go goldstarteenadventures.org and wearblueruntoremember.org.
I'll have
Perfect.
to message the baker for you guys, but there's also, if I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but like Force Blue,
you can do whatever you want,
is a great veteran sponsored one that does the Gold Star family stuff. They teach them scuba and ocean conservation, as well as they take veterans with PTSD and help them with that as well. So it's beautiful. If you guys want to look into Force Blue, I would suggest it.
Again, there's 77,000 veteran nonprofits. So the fact that that now with technology that we can't do something to bring all these companies together and actually do something, it takes people. It sounds selfish saying me, but we got Bill, we got Joe, we got Stacks is on here, Bufferfingers in the background, we got Face Man, we got all of our admin on the page that are doing it. They're not getting paid. Okay, like they're doing all this to bring a community together where we can send people in the right place, right? And I don't care what your nonprofit is. If it's legit, we'll promote it. Hopefully it helps somebody. We don't care because I get a message on this phone 400 times a day from people, and it's like, hey, I got a battle buddy in North Dakota. And I'm like, actually, we just had somebody on North Dakota on the show about 6 months ago. Like, why don't you go over there? So again, if you got a nonprofit, get it on the show. Let us find out who you are and let us get people to where you can help them the most. We don't do any shows in July. No trash talk hours, so nothing to promote for next week. We will see you for the fight show, and hopefully you bet on us. Other than that, love you guys.